I am Celestial Yuan Peak, Chief Disciple Blaise Lin. Please make way quickly. The masked man completely ignored Blaise Lin and continued to accelerate. Eldest brother saw this and decided to take action, planning to teach this arrogant person a lesson. Even though the flying sword was dodged repeatedly by the mysterious person, the next second eldest brother's blue-silver entanglement instantly turned the tide. He easily subdued this person. Unexpectedly, this mysterious person didn't resist at all. Where did this Yandere come from? The helpless eldest brother had no choice but to subdue him. He planned to personally uncover his true identity. Who knew that beneath the mask was actually the third junior sister Grace Gua? Eldest brother looked incredulous. First, small junior sister deceived him with an excuse. Now, the second junior sister has come to thwart him. How did they know that he was going to do something bad today? Who knew that at this moment eldest brother suddenly had a severe headache? Looking at the third junior sister in his arms, he somehow felt a sense of familiarity. Immediately, a vast amount of memories from his past life crazily surfaced in his mind. At this moment, eldest brother's mood obviously changed. The system actually forced to repair Blaise Lin's mental state when it saw the situation. The recovered eldest brother couldn't figure out what had happened to him just now. But as the bad guy eldest brother, completing the mission is the most important thing. So he decided to send the second junior sister back first before going to steal the Dan pill. Master Lung Yen unexpectedly used tricks on his own disciple. Master accidentally dropped the Dan pill that eldest brother had stolen with difficulty. This Dan pill just needs to be carried close to the body for one night to absorb its essence, to enhance his divine consciousness power to a higher level. Old ginger is indeed spicier. At this moment, at the top floor of the Dragon Head Peak Alchemy Workshop, the third junior sister is enjoying the moonlight alone. At that moment, she suddenly noticed behind her, as if there was a dark figure. Before Blaise Lin could launch a surprise attack, he was unexpectedly embraced and kissed by the third junior sister. Eldest brother was speechless and immediately questioned the third junior sister, saying, "Do you even know who he is? You kissed him right away." The third junior sister expressed that she already knew eldest brother's scent and had engraved it in her heart. She would never forget it until death. "Why did you come to the alchemy workshop dressed like this, eldest brother?" Blaise Lin looked embarrassed. He was on the verge of a mental breakdown earlier. Fortunately, the system intervened to help him stabilize his mental state, which didn't affect the subsequent plot missions. So eldest brother started his performance. First, he transformed into a pure and warm-hearted man, showing concern for the third junior sister. He claimed that his outfit was all for the purpose of seeing the third junior sister. The third junior sister was instantly captivated by eldest brother's smooth moves and gestures. Small junior sister, who had fallen in love, had just realized it. She found that eldest brother had disappeared without a trace. So she quickly searched around for Blaise Lin. Tonight, she must keep an eye on eldest brother and must not let him steal the Dan pill. Unexpectedly, eldest brother actually used a puppet substitution talisman rewarded by the system before to successfully deceive the third junior sister. Eldest brother looked delighted as he held the Dan pill in his hand. The first side quest of the Five Peaks Martial Gathering has finally been completed. Little did they know that everything that just happened was observed by Master, who was hiding not far away. The Dan pill that Blaise Lin stole just now was personally crafted by the senior Luna Maiden. It is the supreme rank mystic Dan pill, Bodhi soul molding Dan pill. The previous essence condensing Dan pill was sent to Mount Taitsong long ago. This Dan pill only needs to be carried close to the body overnight by one person. It can be refined and the essence absorbed. My Blaise will definitely take the lead in the Five Peaks Martial Gathering. The next morning, Elder in charge of the alchemy workshop came to Celestial Yuan Peak to express gratitude. Thanks to Chief Disciple Lin and Nephew Disciple Chu, the Dan Pill Tower is flawless. On the other hand, Master and the junior sisters looked listless. They must not have rested well due to yesterday's events. Blaise Lin hurriedly asked if Elder had forgotten something. This puzzled Elder Gu. Eldest brother was speechless. What on earth is going on? You didn't even notice that such an important Dan pill was stolen. You are really confused. So he quickly searched for the Dan pill in his arms, intending to take the initiative to confess and push the plot back on track. But after searching for a long time, he found nothing. At this moment, eldest brother's head felt like it had exploded. He clearly carried the Dan pill with him at all times. How could it be gone now? Master suddenly spoke at this moment. He inquired whether Blaise Lin hasn't been resting well recently, and if his mind isn't quite clear. When he saw Master's expression, eldest brother guessed that this matter was definitely not simple. There must be something fishy going on. Last time, Master inexplicably imparted sword intent to him, taught him the immaterial sword body, and asked him to definitely kill Ethan Yi. Could it be that Master used some sort of extraordinary method to predict the future? After all, only Master could have made his Bodhi essence condensation pill disappear out of thin air. Later, Blaise Lin went to Master's cave to confront him face to face. He asked Master why he had bestowed sword intent on him the night before the apprenticeship ceremony, why Ethan Yi challenged him, and about today's Dan pill incident. Are all of these things Master predicted in advance? Blaise Lin expressed that he did not want to be casually arranged like a fool by his beloved one. He asked Master to tell the truth. Is this eldest brother's first time being so confrontational in conversation with Master? Is eldest brother going to stand up this time? Eldest brother unexpectedly kissed Master on the forehead in front of everyone. And this moment could be said to be the happiest time for Master. Eldest brother, in order to make up for the serious offense just now, deliberately presented the black socks he had received earlier as a token of apology. Just now, eldest brother suddenly stood up straight. He said that he really didn't want to be casually arranged like a fool by his beloved. So today he must ask for clarification. Master told Blaise Lin that often, the more you know, the heavier the burden you carry. No matter what happens in the future, Master will shield you from the wind and rain and pave the way for you. All you have to do is to be carefree like you were in childhood. Eldest brother was deeply moved by these words. At this moment, Master raised the fine wine in his hand, with a hint of sadness on his face. She felt that the current Master did not fit at all with the dignified and imposing image of Blaise Lin in her heart. He looked at Master's eldest brother in front of him, who seemed like a fragile woman, and felt extreme heartache. He was originally just a bad guy eldest brother in the original work. How could he possibly deserve such love and care from Master? And at this moment, that strange feeling seemed to return. It felt like some emotion was becoming overwhelming and couldn't be suppressed. Just as Master was lost in thought, eldest brother couldn't help but kiss Master's forehead. It's over, it's over. This is really over now. How could I suddenly kiss Master? Serafina Xiao, who realized what was happening, quickly stepped back. Blaise, you're getting bolder. Now you're becoming more and more unrestrained. Blaise Lin hurriedly explained upon seeing the situation. He mentioned that the forehead kiss was a traditional custom in his hometown, a way for juniors to express the utmost respect to their elders. He then promptly changed the subject. He took out the black socks he had received earlier as a token of apology. Blaise Lin even mentioned that these black socks are designed to enhance the shape of the legs and add a touch of elegance. If the Master were to pair them with this item, they would undoubtedly become even more enchanting and peerless. Serafina Xiao couldn't put down the gift Blaise Lin gave her. Blaise Lin also showed a face full of anticipation. Who knew that Serafina Xiao would say that these socks were strange, and that as a Grandmaster's descendant, she could never wear them, let alone in front of Blaise Lin. This greatly disappointed Blaise Lin. He then asked Blaise Lin to leave first. After he crushes Ethan Yi at the Five Peaks Martial Gathering, perhaps he will reveal everything to Blaise Lin. After Blaise Lin left, Serafina Xiao looked at the black socks in her hand and fell into contemplation. Usually not focusing on serious matters, she collected all kinds of strange and curious items. But when she thought of the expected look in Blaise Lin's eyes today, if Blaise can crush Ethan Yi and change her fate at the Five Peaks Martial Gathering, she might as well give it a try. During these 3 days, Blaise Lin spent the entire time slacking off and lying around. At this moment, Caleb arrived carrying a roasted duck. Eldest brother also learned from Caleb. For the past 3 days, both Master and the junior sisters have been tracing his whereabouts. Fortunately, Blaise Lin instructed Caleb to keep quiet. Although Blaise Lin's mission to steal the Dan pill was foiled by the system, the judgment determined that the character was successfully restored. However, 3 days later, there were no longer any issues regarding the task of the second junior sister. Therefore, Blaise Lin has been hiding in the palace, waiting for the opportune moment for the mission to begin. At this time, Caleb asked in confusion why eldest brother had been observing these signs for the past few days. It turns out that these are all the lifeblood jade tokens of the cultivation disciples. Since the cultivation disciples need to frequently go out to eliminate darkness and protect the Tao, they need to use these jade tokens to communicate with disciples performing tasks in various places. This helps them keep track of their movements effectively. When a person dies, the token shatters. And the one that just shattered belongs to Orion Lee, the direct disciple of the true master of the disciples. Orion Lee's talent and strength are also outstanding. This also indicates that something significant is happening in Oceanrise City. That's what's next. The third junior sister and other disciples will lead a team to Oceanrise City for a side mission to resist and drive away demons. Soon, the disciple leader initiated a 5 Peaks Grandmaster meeting. Grandmasters from each peak, accompanied by their chief disciple and 3 direct descendants, went to Celestial Sky Palace. Eldest brother reminded Caleb again before he left. After the 5 Peaks Martial Gathering, he will definitely go down the mountain to live as an ordinary person. Escaping is his only chance. At this moment, Caleb is greatly moved. He finally understands why eldest brother has been advising him to leave the Qinglan disciple of Immortality. It turns out that eldest brother had already planned everything out. Watching eldest brother's radiant figure, Caleb suddenly hesitated to leave. The aloof master changed to new skin to bid farewell to the bad guy senior brother. The Black Sox version of Master is really cute. Simultaneously, the time traveler Yuan Jiang, who has been slacking off for 60 years. He finally straightened up this time. He sharpened his sword for 60 years. His tiny Mystic Purity sword is also about time to be unsheathed. At this moment, in the main hall of Dragonhead Peak Celestial Sky Palace, Purple Cloud True Master is currently inquiring whether the chief disciple of each peak can gather. Dragonhead Peak Chief Disciple Zhenqing Su. Phoenix Song Peak Chief Disciple Aurelia Zhu. Crimson Cloud Peak Chief Disciple Wu Wang. The Chosen One Cloud Drift Peak Chief Disciple Ethan Yi. When Ethan Yi made his debut, he immediately became the center of attention. Just because he had only been a beginner for a month. He defeated the former chief disciple, Feng Chen, becoming the new chief disciple. And the last one to arrive late was the big bad guy eldest brother Celestial One Peak Chief Disciple Blaise Lin. With Blaise Lin's arrival, Ethan Yi's limelight was instantly stolen. Ethan Yi saw this, and accused Blaise Lin of actually being late on such an important occasion, not even putting the elders in his eyes. The eldest brother then mocked Ethan Yi, saying that the elders would criticize the chief disciple for being late. "You are nobody, dare to control me." At this point, the master quickly stepped in to smooth things over, pleading for Blaise Lin's forgiveness. Ethan Yi was speechless to the extreme. Who is the real, the chosen one? After all, he could not understand why this fraud Blaise Lin could have such a strong and protective master. The elders naturally did not pay any attention to such trivial incidents. The important event is approaching. Let's hurry up and draw the lot. Why? In the original text, Ethan Yi joined Phoenix Song Peak under the leadership of Aurelia Zhu, who drew the sign of Tao to lead the team. Ethan Yi accompanied the team as a member. And now, with the plot rewritten, it is other Three Peaks members who have drawn the sign of Tao. Blaise Lin is speechless, changing the plot time and again. How can he wrap this up smoothly? Just then, Aurelia Zhu suddenly volunteered. She mentioned that following the changes in Oceanrise City, Orion Lee's junior brother and dozens of disciples at Dragon Head Peak had died. Therefore, she intends to go to Oceanrise City in place of Zheng Qingsu. After discussions among several grandmasters, Aurelia Zhu's request was finally accepted. Furthermore, the master assigned Blaise Lin 2 junior sisters as assistants. The second junior sister and the third junior sister were respectively assigned to accompany him. Eldest brother looked very happy. I didn't expect to return to the right track of the plot in this way. This is a smooth move. Why did Aurelia Zhu insist on going to Oceanrise City? Just because she knew that eldest brother had fought against Ethan Yi alone twice to save the cultivation disciple. So this time she is determined to fight alongside eldest brother to stop Ethan Yi's conspiracy. Blaise Lin looked at everyone's high spirits and full of confidence. Blaise Lin was also extremely happy. Finally, the plot is coming to an end. This little bad guy of his is finally going offline. Just as eldest brother and the others were about to set off, Master changed into a new skin specifically to see Blaise Lin off. He reminded Blaise Lin to be careful in all things, as preserving his life was the most important. Small junior sister, hiding not far away, felt extremely sad in her heart. She looked at the ring she spent a long time weaving in her hand. She had intended to give it to eldest brother before parting ways, but unfortunately, she was a step too late. They had promised that only Sakura would have it. At the same time, Yuan Jiang was feeling sad at junior brother's grave. At this moment, he feels extremely guilty. He knows the direction of the story, but dares not stop it. And he chose to hide behind the cliff of enlightenment, wasting 60 years. Now, with the rise of Blaise Lin, the plot has taken a new turn. Yuan Jiang has decided to take action ahead of schedule. At the same time, he will try to seize the opportunity to win over the male lead, Ethan Yi, again. Even if he is like a moth to a flame, he will do his utmost to save the world and protect the disciple. He will also do everything possible to protect all the junior brothers and sisters of Qinglan, disciple of Immortality. At this moment, Yuan Jiang, who has been sharpening his sword for 60 years, has changed from his previous decadence. It's all for this moment. The battlefield between junior sisters has finally emerged. They are the second junior sister, a hot and mature beauty, and the third junior sister, gentle and lovely. Which one should he choose with 2 different styles? After a day of rushing around, Blaise Lin and his team have arrived not far from Moonfall Town in Oceanrise City. At this time, the third junior sister noticed that eldest brother's complexion didn't look too good. So the 2 junior sisters suggested, since it was getting late, they should stay at the inn ahead. Moreover, Aurelia Zhu from Phoenix Song Peak has already led the disciples to settle in Moonfall Town. Tomorrow they can all go together to Oceanrise City. Blaise Lin looked puzzled when he heard this. According to the original plot development, shouldn't he, as the lazy eldest brother, be the one clamoring to stay at the inn? How come he has become passive now? Who is the bad guy, me or you guys? Fortunately, the ultimate goal is the same. After that, Blaise Lin and his party rented the entire inn. They planned to take a good rest. According to the following plot, after Blaise Lin and his group settled in this inn, they would set off the next morning. They didn't go far before encountering 2 paths. One path is filled with thick, scary thorns, with marks left by the person of the demonic Tao. The other path, however, is smooth and sunny with no obstacles. Being a bad guy who bullies the weak and fears the strong, Blaise Lin naturally clings to the second junior sister and forces her to take the second path. Meanwhile, the third junior sister, in order to uphold the mission of the disciples and not be humiliated, leads a few junior sisters to choose the other path. In fact, there is nothing on that eerie and terrifying path. It's just an illusion created by the dark disciples to deceive everyone. On the contrary, the sunny path is full of dangers. They will encounter the true culprit who killed Orientally, one of the 8 dark disciples, the Shadow Spirit's disciple, who is a corpse demon Taoist. And the shameless Blaise Lin actually pushed the second junior sister out and ran away at a critical moment. Fortunately, the second junior sister is powerful and unfathomable, fighting evenly with the corpse demon Taoist. In the end, Ethan Yi arrived in time and killed the corpse demon Taoist with a sword. As a result, they obtained the supreme treasure essence condensing orb dropped by the corpse demon Taoist. Just then, Caleb came in with a pot of freshly brewed bone soup. I have to say, Caleb is really thoughtful. If only Caleb were a girl, that would be great. Caleb looks shy, saying that these pork rib ingredients were all brought by the third senior sister. He's just borrowing the flowers to present the Buddha. The third junior sister quickly invited Caleb to come over and sit next to eldest brother to have a meal together. This bone broth is so precious. How can a mere outer disciple like me dine with senior brothers and senior sisters? At this moment, the second junior sister suddenly teased the third junior sister, asking Caleb to pour a cup of tea for the third junior sister. She really likes to drink green tea. And our eldest brother, on the other hand, watched the show quietly from the side. Who knew that at this moment, a disciple suddenly fell to the ground. He claimed that the soup had been poisoned. Everyone immediately began to suspect Caleb, who cooked the soup. Eldest brother quickly questioned Caleb why he added medicine to the soup. Caleb looked very wronged, insisting that he didn't do it. Later, he actually drank up the bone soup in front of eldest brother, and then collapsed on the ground himself. Eldest brother looked puzzled at this moment. Could it be that a spy from the dark disciple really sneaked in? When eldest brother also fell, the mastermind behind the scenes finally showed up. It turned out that all of this was the mischief of the third junior sister. Just because she finally had a chance to be alone with the eldest brother, she naturally wouldn't easily let go of this opportunity. Who would have known that just as the third junior sister was about to make her move, the second junior sister unexpectedly appeared and interrupted her. The third junior sister, let go of your salty pig hand. How awesome is our second junior sister really? She actually took away junior sister's affection for eldest brother. She even doesn't let sleeping eldest brother off the hook. Just as she was about to make a move against eldest brother, third junior sister was unexpectedly interrupted by senior sister. At this moment, third junior sister looked puzzled. Why wasn't senior sister affected by the poison? In fact, second junior sister had already seen through her intentions. Simply because even if third junior sister tells a small lie, her demeanor will still appear unnatural. When she saw Caleb bringing the bone broth, and claimed that the ingredients were purchased by third junior sister, she noticed his evasive look, clearly knowing that something was amiss. So she drank the bone broth, but did not swallow it. It turns out, just as expected. Upon the exposure of the situation, the third junior sister plans to challenge the senior sister to compete for the eldest brother. Unexpectedly, the second junior sister had a sly smile on her face, indicating that there was no need for her to take action. It turned out that the second junior sister, to be on the safe side, had actually poisoned the tea just now as a preemptive measure. Junior sister, rest assured, we have been sisters for over a decade. Senior sister would never have the heart to harm you. The substance you were affected by is just a common hypnotic powder. Do you know since when senior sister fell in love with eldest brother? I need to consider more for senior brother, since you are constantly scheming to take everything from eldest brother. Then senior sister will take yours first. She is cunning. So awesome. After finishing everything, the second junior sister looked at the unconscious eldest brother, and decided to bring Blaise Lin back to the room first. Seeing the adorable eldest brother, the second junior sister couldn't help but kiss Blaise Lin on the cheek. Eldest brother will come back for you after disposing of corpse demon Taoist, and then take you away to escape far and never return. At this moment, the second junior sister suddenly realized that by kissing the junior sister just now, and then kissing eldest brother, it is equivalent to indirectly kissing between the junior sister and eldest brother, isn't it? Soon, the second junior sister set off to solo the boss. At this moment, Oceanrise City was brightly lit with bustling markets. Just as Corpse Demon Taoist was leaving with two younger sisters, the second junior sister suddenly appeared and intercepted him. "You are indeed the Shadow Spirit's disciple, Left Guardian Corpse Demon Taoist." Corpse Demon Taoist saw through the guise, and pushed the younger sister beside him away in preparation to deal with Graysqua, who knew that the next second, the second junior sister would take the initiative to act. She directly killed it with a single knife hand. How could we let that scum Ethan Yee pick up the pieces of such an easy kill? That's how the opportunity of the Chosen One is intercepted once again. And this is the essence condensing orb that the male lead Ethan Yee is about to obtain, looking at the essence condensing orb in his hand. The second junior sister plans to give it to Blaise Lin as a token of their love. I wonder if eldest brother will like it or not. Just at that moment, a creepy pervert suddenly appeared behind the second junior sister. At this moment, the second junior sister felt something was not right. She sensed that this person was very strong. When she was about to escape, she found that she couldn't move at all. The sleazy man then walked step by step towards the second junior sister. "Before devouring you, I want you to know my true name and fear," he said. The effeminate man in front of them is Avalini Jean, the young master of the Soul Palace, a heavenly soul disciple. I wonder if eldest brother will come to the rescue. He's here, he's here. Our bad guy eldest brother is coming on a colorful cloud. He swung his sword only once and blasted the pervert, who bullied his junior sister into pieces. Then, he faced the manifestation stage's heavenly boy. This time, eldest brother stood in front of junior sister without any hesitation. "I will protect junior sister's safety." Watching Avalini Jean II, junior sister walking towards her step by step, she was truly scared this time. Graysqua, you pride yourself on being extraordinary and arrogant. In front of these ruthless demon Dao villains, you are just a delicate flower in a greenhouse. How can the weak survive in this world? Blaise Lin from childhood not only always guarded her, but also avenged the enemies of the second junior sister alone. From that day on, the orphan of the Gua family, who used to have nightmares all day, disappeared. In her place, she became the invincible warrior who surpassed the same generation geniuses, personally appointed as the second disciple of the celestial One Peak. At this moment of life and death, how she wishes that eldest brother could come and save her. Just at this moment, "Stop!" echoed throughout Oceanrise City. And the person who arrived was the second junior sister's beloved eldest brother. When Avalini Jean saw Blaise Lin, he panicked. Just because he sensed an unprecedented murderous intent from Blaise Lin. He had not even had time to react. He was then struck down into bits by Blaise Lin's sword technique, which descended from the sky. He never expected it. He couldn't have imagined that the declining Qinglan disciple of Immortality still had such a formidable figure. Actually, shortly after the second junior sister left, the eldest brother woke up. Just because Blaise Lin possesses the immaterial sword body, and is protected by the Northern Abyss vital energy, how could he faint so easily? After she learned that the second junior sister was going to sneak into Oceanrise City alone, Blaise Lin knew the danger of the situation, because those few big bosses are all in there. Blaise Lin is more concerned about the safety of the second junior sister than the mission. Fortunately, he arrived in time and successfully rescued the second junior sister. Just as the two were about to leave this place, suddenly, a strange and eerie face appeared in the void. The next second, a paper figure charged towards them aggressively. Fortunately, he had the timely reminder from the second junior sister. Blaise Lin managed to dodge the attack in time. And that paper figure possesses the cultivation level of late manifestation stage. The enemy uses the paper figure as a medium to perform Demon Dao's sacred abilities. It seems that the enemy must be the left guardian heavenly Yin boy of this shadow spirit's disciple. In the original timeline, the 8 dark disciples have already formed an alliance. The conspiracy to overthrow the Qinglong disciple of immortality has been orchestrated by the shadow spirit's disciple through corrupt and contaminated means. They have allowed the poison to spread throughout Qinglong Mountain, causing the cultivation disciples to be tainted by the dark aura, resulting in a significant decline in their cultivation stage. In order to protect Qinglong and safeguard junior sister, eldest brother has decided to bring out his true power. Junior sister, please step back. Next, eldest brother is going to start demonstrating his true skills. Bad guy senior brother unexpectedly cursed heavenly Yin boy in the street. His words, ugly freak, directly angered the enemy to the point of self-destructing. Is this the true skill of the eldest brother? This YouTuber has to admire. Too amazing. In the original work, heavenly Yin boy was not supposed to appear so soon. But due to the second junior sister changing the plot, she broke into Oceanrise City a night early, which alarmed him. Even the male lead, Ethan Yi, would not be able to defeat heavenly Yin boy at the manifestation stage summit with just one big stage higher cultivation level. But Blaise Lin knows that heavenly Yin boy has a fatal weakness. Eldest brother is slowly walking towards heavenly Yin boy. Is eldest brother going to show his true skills? What powerful sacred abilities does senior brother still have hidden that I don't know about? Blaise Lin takes a deep breath. Then he looked extremely arrogant, swearing at heavenly Yin boy. What kind of nonsense, heavenly Yin boy, dark disciple, great guardian, you're just a songstress. How dare you act arrogant in front of me? His arrogant actions really shocked the two people. This also successfully angered heavenly Yin boy, who dominated the demon Dao for 100 years. No one has dared to speak to him like this before. And it is still an insignificant golden Dan pill stage brat. Enraged, he released paper figures and attacked Blaise Lin. The second junior sister had intended to step forward to help but was stopped by eldest brother. After all, even if the two of them teamed up, they would not be able to beat this guy. Heavenly Yin boy did not expect that Blaise Lin, with just a mere cultivation level at the golden Dan pill stage, not only master the wood element divine law power, but also unleash such powerful innate sacred abilities. This further fueled his desire to defeat Blaise Lin. Blaise Lin was speechless to the extreme, watching such a disgusting old man. Are all the Dark Disciples' followers so perverse? Blaise Lin then began a 2.5-minute verbal firepower DPS. Surprisingly, heavenly Yin boy was shocked to find out that Blaise Lin knew about his past. It turned out that when heavenly Yin boy was young, he was abandoned by his mother because he looked so ugly and like a dwarf. After his death, he was even turned into a ghost puppet by the heavenly Yin ancestor. Heavenly Yin boy threatened Blaise Lin to shut up, but it only made Blaise Lin more aggressive. The more he was scolded, the more excited he became. It's just because this heavenly Yin boy's furious attack on his heart. He can no longer control the heavenly Yin demonic orb planted in him by the heavenly blood demon. It will soon be devoured by his out-of-control demonic aura. In the original work, he was scolded to death by small junior sister during the second demon suppression war. Blaise Lin's last sentence, "Ugly monster," enraged heavenly Yin boy to the point of breaking his defense and dying in self-detonation. The second junior sister and eldest brother, who were watching on the side, were also shocked by this. At this moment, the second junior sister hurried forward and presented what was originally Ethan Ye's opportunity with both hands. It is said that this thing can instantly enlighten and enhance spiritual awareness. With just a snap of the fingers, one can cast spells and use sacred abilities, similar to the supreme treasure that Ethan Ye always used in the later stages of the original work's innate stage. Blaise Lin was in a dilemma as she looked at the essence condensing orb in her hands. If she wanted to restore the plot, wouldn't she have to hand over this thing to Ethan Ye? Just thinking about it made her feel a bit reluctant. Who knew a voice came from not far away. Junior brother, Could you hand over this thing to me? The newcomer is none other than Yuan Jiang, the former chief disciple who, like Blaise Lin, has traveled through time. The two senior brothers, both time travelers, finally met today. When Yuan Jiang realized the person in front of him was none other than Blaise Lin, who had beaten up the Chosen One, he not only had a big attitude change. He was even facing the pursuit of the Supreme Witch Lord, one of the three major bosses. He stood in front of Blaise Lin without hesitation. Just now, Yuan Jiang suddenly appeared. He asked Blaise Lin to hand over the essence condensing orb in his hand. Blaise Lin looked at the person in front of him. He felt a sense of familiarity. So he asked if he had met Yuan Jiang before. And Yuan Jiang had the same feeling. At that moment, just like this very moment, years ago, Yuan Jiang planned to abduct Alicia Yi when she was young. Blaise Lin intervened and saved the young Alicia Yi. Yuan Jiang never expected fate to be so miraculous. 14 years have passed, and Blaise Lin has grown into a handsome young sword cultivator. Blaise Lin's face darkened. Could it be that this person came specifically today to settle the scores with him? So he took out the fleeing talisman whenever he sensed any unusual movement from this person. He would immediately flee with the second junior sister. Yuan Jiang reassured Blaise Lin not to be nervous. He closed up for 60 years, diligently practicing swordsmanship every day without slacking off. Although his cultivation level is one stage higher than Blaise Lin's, his attainment in the sword way stage is slightly inferior. Let's forget about our past matters. After all, that person's destiny is fated to be extraordinary, and should not come to an end. Later, he asked Blaise Lin a question. Under which grandmaster did he study? Who is currently surpassing his peers and standing out? The second junior sister looked speechless. She always felt that there was something strange about this person. Yuan Jiang also learned from the second junior sister that this person is none other than Celestial Yuan Peak Chief Disciple Blaise Lin. The chief disciple favored by Master Uncle Shao has overwhelmed Ethan Yi twice in a row. As a result, he seems indeed unworthy to ask Blaise Lin for the essence condensing orb, judging from Yuan Jiang's dejected look. Blaise Lin also feels that this person seems not very clever. So he plans to take advantage of this opportunity to quickly leave with the second junior sister. Yuan Jiang also reminded Blaise Lin when Blaise Lin was about to leave. One reason is that Blaise Lin may be far more powerful than he imagined. The root of the problem lies in the fact that Blaise Lin has rewritten his own originally tragic fate. Secondly, he must be sure to protect the people around him. If you want to love, love boldly. Don't let certain scumbags take advantage. The last point. As the chief disciple destiny of Qinglan, the immortality disciple of the most powerful sword cultivator in ancient times, you should be no less than others. Therefore, with greater abilities come greater responsibilities. And he advised Blaise Lin that one day, the dark disciple will bring disaster to the world. You must do your utmost to protect the cultivation disciple and your loved ones. Who knew that at this moment, pursuers attacked. The incoming person is one of the three bosses of Oceanrise City, the Supreme Witch Lord of the Ghost Witch Disciple in Nanzhao Kingdom, leading his 3,000 bronze armor legion of corpses and ghosts. It is worth noting that this Supreme Witch Lord's cultivation level has reached the nascent soul stage, with a body full of demon Dao spells that can communicate with the netherworld, not something that the heavenly Yin boy just now can match. Just at this moment, Yuan Jiang stepped forward to stand in front of Blaise Lin. He Cliff of Enlightenment has been sharpening his sword for 60 years. Today happens to be the perfect opportunity to use these dark disciple demon lord to sacrifice the sword. Qinglan disciple of Immortality Dragonhead Peak ex-chief disciple Yuan Jiang is determined to fight you demon Dao cultivators to the death today. When Blaise Lin heard the name Yuan Jiang, he was shocked. He never expected that he was the unparalleled genius who had been sharpening his sword for 60 years. No wonder he is so confident. And at the moment when Blaise Lin was escaping, he accidentally left his identity token behind. Wholeheartedly devoted as a cultivation disciple, he is willing to endure any hardship and stand guard for fellow disciple senior brother Yuanjiang. He was unexpectedly attacked and brutally murdered by the Chosen One. What a shameless scum. Just now, Ethan Yi learned from Elder Shi that as long as he kills corpse demon Taoist, he can obtain his supreme treasure essence condensing orb. This time, he is determined to firmly seize this opportunity in his hands. When he arrived, he found out to his surprise that all the dark disciples had been killed. Ethan Yi was extremely shocked when he saw the Ghost Witch Disciple token. He never expected that the two elders of the Ghost Witch Disciples, rumored to be nascent soul powerhouses, were killed on the street. Moreover, the aura of the essence condensing orb has completely vanished. Elder Shi speculated that it must have been a cultivator from the righteous path who intruded into Ocean Rise City, killed these demon cultivators, and seized the essence condensing orb. When Ethan Yi saw the personal command token left by Blaise Lin, it further confirmed his speculation. This guy has already seized it for the second time. This opportunity should have belonged to him. As the Chosen One, does he have to keep living in the shadow of Blaise Lin? At this moment, Yuanjiang, who had fought the demon cultivator with his serious injuries, appeared. He reminded Ethan Yi to leave Ocean Rise City quickly, as the 8 dark disciples had already formed an alliance. Backing support would arrive immediately. Ethan Yi also had a feeling that he had met this person before. Looking at your sword, it seems that you have slain disciples of the demon Tao cultivators, like the Qinglan disciple of Immortality. Yuanjiang told him not to talk nonsense. Quickly follow Celestial Yuan Peak's eldest brother Blaise Lin and leave here. Ethan Yi, upon hearing this, had a black line on his face. The next second, he cruelly killed Yuanjiang's senior brother, who was dedicated to protecting the cultivation disciples. Elder Shi, who was stunned on the side, did not understand why Ethan Yi wanted to plot against fellow sect members. In Ethan Yi's eyes, anyone related to Blaise Lin was his enemy. Elder Shi, the Chosen One, should be decisive in killing. Isn't that right? At the same time, Blaise Lin, who returned to the inn, found Aurelia Zhu also arrived at the place. It turns out that Aurelia Zhu had just passed by the inn with the junior sisters and found that all the disciples of Celestial Yuan Peak were drugged and lying on the ground unable to get up. She was worried that something had happened, so she decided to stay here. Guardian Blaise Lin was deeply moved by junior sister Zhu's actions. Senior brother Lin has some secret words to tell you privately. Are you available to talk? What the second junior sister didn't expect is that even someone like Aurelia Zhu, who is a proud woman among heavens, has a secret crush on eldest brother. Eldest brother is truly outstanding. Blaise Lin also arrived at the rooftop with junior sister Zhu. At this moment, junior sister Zhu suddenly spoke up, asking Blaise Lin if he dislikes her very much. Blaise Lin looked bewildered at the words. In the original work, she was as cold as snow and difficult to move, like an iceberg beauty. Why would she say such nonsensical words to him, a small bad guy? Blaise Lin told her that it didn't matter whether she liked or disliked him. They were just ordinary fellow disciples. Knowing that Blaise Lin didn't dislike her, she finally felt relieved. She then begged Blaise Lin not to participate in the 5 Peaks martial gathering and let her defeat Ethan Yi herself. Blaise Lin definitely could not agree to her request. After all, they were just one step away from completing the task and ascending on the spot. Aurelia Zhu saw that he had made up his mind, and did not say anything more. Since junior sister Zhu has nothing urgent, let's return together tomorrow. Blaise Lin also told her about the incident where the murderer from the demon Dao was executed by the second junior sister. Now that we understand the conspiracy of the dark disciples within Ocean Rise City, let's quickly return to report to the cultivation disciples. Before leaving, Blaise Lin took advantage of the beautiful scenery to say some cheesy words to Aurelia Zhu. Junior sister Zhu just forgot to mention something very important. That is, junior sister Zhu, you are truly beautiful. Just as beautiful as the moonlight tonight. The usually gentle and virtuous third junior sister turned out to be such a person. she not only captured the future of Senior Brother, she firmly grasped the handle in her own hands. Just now,